In this video we will continue to discuss hit lists, only this time we will go into further detail regarding how to actually construct the hit list itself, covering more of the criteria selection as well as the range. So obviously we've gone through the previous video, you have some familiarity with hit lists, so we'll go down to the hit list and we're going to create a new hit list and we'll call it a range test hit list. And we will put status available, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put an alphabetic range on the title from A to D, and we will see what that does for a hit list. We execute the hit list and we discover that we get 1900 records available. There's a lot of available records in here, and we notice that they're all starting with A in the beginning. And we do have some that have D, and we have other values. So this is a little hard for us to actually see directly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the hit list, and we're going to go to the sort, and we're going to say title ascending, and we're going to execute. Now we really do see that we have A, B, C, and that it basically ends at the end. In this particular case, we're getting a space after the A. But we can see that the initial sort was for A, for D, and we can see the sort in there. So this restricted the range properly from the hit list without. If we do this hit list without, we're going to see that we're going to get a whole lot more records. We get 8,600 records instead of 1,200. And these records go all the way down to life and P and U and so on and so forth. By the way, the reason that the other list, where there was an A and then a space and then a character at the end, is because we have a hidden field that strips away noise words such as a, the, at, and other ones, and the sort is performed against that. Most of the time it produces a better result. Occasionally it produces a slightly odd result due to the fact of sorting. So back on the hit list tab, one of the other things that's important to understand is how to actually set up a hit list. We pick the field first. So in this case we can say title. We can assign a not. That negates, that says that we do not want the criteria that I specified. I want all other records. In this case we're going to say title like Brown, and we can have any part of field the word Brown appearing in. So if I execute that, I get 4 records, and we see that there's the word Brown in the field anywhere. So now if I go back and I change this to some other value, and I look at Brown again at the beginning of the field, we may get no records this time. We got 2 records. So again, as I mentioned before, the Brown scapular, we're getting that because we have a hidden field for title which strips out the noise word the, and therefore it will appear in this particular search. There's not a whole lot we can do because at the end of the day it makes a lot more sense for us to do title searches this way, and you get a few odd results like this, but the overall impact is much greater. So back to hit lists. Other sort types that we can do, or rather range types that we can do, are alphabetic and date. And if we pick a date range, that lets us pick, say, the date created, and we can do a date created from 5/12/2012 to today, and we will see that we have 2 records fit that criteria. So the hit list capability to restrict further is generated by specifying search criteria, and it works from top down, and then by specifying a range if needed. And these 2 together will restrict the set of records that you get. So that's more details on how to use the status, the criteria, and the range type and everything to get a set of records that you want.